Sometimes I get on these things and get lost. All kind of things hit me once the things say click or whatever sound it makes. I have things set up a thought sometimes, and then again, when the thing click, a whole another thought comes in. So what I want to talk about right now is this so-called minority, I think it's called. Some guy just told me, he said, we 13% of the population of the United States. That's, North America, United States. Let's just stick like he said it. United States, 13%. He said, our population hasn't grown in 100 years or some crazy, you know what I mean, ignorant thing like that. But what has happened in 1,000 years is our population has grown, but also the population of immigrants has grown greatly. Everybody knows about Ellis Island. They were bringing in immigrants from Europe like they lost their mind in order to keep us at 13% or less of the population. That was determined in the Puerto Rican. A lot of you guys who are pro-Puerto Rican should study what I'm about to tell you. The Puerto Rican Revolution was when the dark-skinned people of Puerto Rico got to 14%. 14%. Took over Puerto Rico. The Queen of Spain and all of them had to send in more people and everything in there. They had to send an army in there to stop them, man. 14% they took their place over. So they made a law, and it's generally around all the European nations, especially the places that have been inhabited, like South America, North America, all them places. Right now they're working on, how to, anyway, in those places, 13% or less. And they keep it like that by bringing in a bunch of European immigrants because we have so many children and they do not. Even now, Putin, I hear, is giving a reward to people to have more children. So what happened is we'll have children, yes, more. We outnumber them in a year. 1 year, we'll be up to 14, 15%. So they murder us in the streets. They harass us all of that. That's on another thing. I ain't going to get to that now. But they import in the guys called immigrants. And right now they're importing, when I looked at it back in the 60s and 70s, they were importing 3,000 people a day. An average of 3,000 people a day are being imported into America from Europe because they got it, they're doing the race thing. And they bring them in. And some of the people they bring in, like some people talk about Ethiopians are classified as white and this and that. That's why Ethiopia, they say, has never been colonized. It was already Christian. It had been colonized from the 700s when that dude brought the Bible over from Syria. They have the oldest version of the Bible. They have one of the oldest versions of the Bible in Ethiopia as a result of being colonized or Christianized in the 700s. So then those guys over there, why colonize them? The guy's already hooked up with the Queen of England, all the houses of London, and what's the other stuff they got? All the guilds, and he's already a member. And why colonize him? That don't make no sense. That's why Ethiopia was never colonized by a European country. I mean, even though the Italians went in there because they were pissed off about it on a personal tip, because of Menelik and all that. So anyway, what I'm saying though about this percentage, this is to keep us at 13% or below. And so every now and then they do all that, murder, all that stuff has to happen to keep us at 13% or below, because the moment we go 14, 15%, there's a capability, we have the capability, we are some extraordinary people, beings. We should even, I don't know, we're extraordinary, man. And so at the rate that we going now, they got us feeling oppressed, because oppressed is a mental thing, so you're feeling oppressed. Oppression leads to depression because you feel depressed every time you go out, somebody harassing you and stuff. That's from the Dred Scott decision that has never been overturned. All the lawyers, doctors, Indian chiefs, not Indian chiefs, but lawyers, doctors, and judges refused to talk about the Dred Scott decision. Not the decision, okay, I don't care about that. The commentary of the decision said that America, no nigga can walk around unmolested just doing what he want to do as a free man. Oh, heck no. So when it started happening in the turn of the century of the 1800s, when they did that Civil War thing and niggas started voting and all that, because niggas was all voting and shit. They had property, they had towns. We were doing our thing, you understand? And they said, oh, hell no. And they, right after Lincoln, his vice president, came Reconstruction, where they said, no, we're going to reconstruct this slavery joint. And they did. They bought all the slaves from the slave owners. And people were saying, why are you paying the slave owner? Why did they pay this? Because they bought the slaves from the slave owners. They took over the franchise. They bought all the stock. You know, niggas used to be the stock market. They bought all the stock. The government did. Paid off the owners of the stock. Because they stuck with that narrative that we were owned by them. It's all a narrative, but if you stick with it like Trump do all the time, just stick with it, man. It don't matter whether it's true or not. That's how they do, because they live in a world of fiction. Their entire existence is fiction. We live in a world of truth. In a world of truth, we function much better, and we were doing that in the 1860s and stuff. And then they came and started massacring our towns and stuff. No, but y'all can't vote. This is our country. That's called Reconstruction. And they put in the doggone, what's the name of it, Constitution, that they can enslave us. All they have to do is convict us of a crime, any kind of crime. They made up crime called the Black Law, the Black Codes, the whatever. They're just making them up now. And they then we become convicted. Then they can put you in a suit that say property of the correctional facility, a property of this county, a property of that state, a property, because you become property. I don't know if we'll get it. So, okay. So that's how they do it with the slavery thing, and they rejuggled that franchise, and now they got this. Now, every time you vote, you're signing back up for slavery. Every time you sign anything with them, you're signing right back up into their jurisdiction, meaning you're giving them control over yourself, your children, whatever. You're just recommitting yourself to that. So even if some guy in Mississippi or something, he wins a court case that frees all the people, but nobody knows but him, like the Dred Scott type thing. Okay, they'll change the laws all around and get you to sign something before the information about this court case can reach you, and then you sign up something on. Like, okay, remember those mortgages? They had people, refinance your mortgage right away, because they were sending you threatening paperwork. We're gonna foreclose. You better do something. Send us something. You better do something. Okay, if you send them money, you're reconnecting the commitment. You're validating their claim. When you refinance the property, then you're validating their claim, because they have no valid claim, but you're just giving them validation and updated validation. If you just sit back and don't do nothing, don't answer them, and if they answer the phone, yeah, man, I ain't talking today, catch me later. After a while, they'll leave you alone, because why? Their claim is not being validated. You got to keep that up. That's why they got you voting every 2 years, every 1 year, every 4 years and stuff like that, because you're revalidating their claim that they have jurisdiction over you. Like, if nobody, they know that you might figure it out, I might figure it out, but the rest of the people are going to follow what they've been taught and trained to do. Cows walking down, they're all going to walk down the Most of them, one might veer off but most of them gonna just walk on down. Yeah, that's how it goes. So the percentage thing about minority and stuff is being solved. They talking about bringing all them people from Ukraine to also offset that percentage thing because they can't kill enough niggas. They tried with the AIDS and the crack and all them things. They still trying with the monkeypox and the peanut butter, whatever. It don't matter. They keep trying to kill us all. They can't kill us all. They had government-sponsored experiments. The Tuskegee government-sponsored, AIDS government-sponsored. This thing they just did with, they call it Corona, trying to kill the crown. That didn't do it. They don't know what to do. So they got to bring in another 3 or 4 million people real quick to offset our percentages. Meanwhile, they trying to get us to kill 13, 14 a night in Chicago, 13, 14 a night anywhere we can do it. And it's not always us killing our people in these little hood joints. Why is our neighborhood policed by crackers? The cracker neighborhood is policed by crackers. Okay, that makes sense. Why our neighborhoods are not policed by us? That would make sense, but it's policed by crackers, right? So now, these same, hey, I'm just saying, look at the thing what's going on. You understand? We don't control or control, finance, none of our own neighborhoods where we actually live. Go look at the stores, go look at who runs everything and everything and everything and everything and everything. And we supposed to be adults talking about, I'm a grown man, don't be talking like that. Yeah, you're a grown man until you step out of that door. And then the cracker comes in and then you be like, yes, officer, yes, sir, Mr. Judge, yes, sir, yes, come on. Hey, I see people get mad, but you know what I mean? I'm just talking right now. My point is the 13%, though. And saying that our people, that's what I mean by a narrative. They'll show you a percentage, 13%. Niggas are 13%. And somebody, I don't want to call names because once I do, it gets ugly. And I can call the name and they already ugly. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Tells us we haven't moved anywhere, or y'all haven't, because the people who are really misguiding us likes to say y'all, like he's somewhere else, and he is, but we don't see that because he kind of color. He got some color, and since he's talking to us, we think he's for us and stuff. But he's, not to necessarily say he's not, but listen to how he speaks and call you y'all. Y'all this and y'all that. Not us and we. Okay, because that's what it is. Because why? It's a us and we. No matter how much I think I know, how much you think I know, or whatever, it don't matter. I got or how much anybody got or none of that stuff matters. Check with Oprah. She got crazy billions. She got billions. I don't know who else. It don't matter. But as long as you a nigga, the weakest link is what a people is judged by. Not the guy with the billions, but the guy on the street begging and stealing and stuff. That's who we are judged by. That's why people judge us by that. The weakest link is the one that determines the strength of the chain. So if some people got billions and stuff, they should go around and start some kind of situation where our people, like a YWCA or something, name it, I don't care. So our people have somewhere to be off the street and dignify our people up for a few $1,000s a year. Come on, man, what's up with that? But anyway, that's, I'm not saying somebody ought to do it. I'm just saying it can be done. So that's the percentage phenomenon. And say that we haven't grown since this or that and all that time, and this and our percentages are the same. Yeah, when you're looking at the numbers are skewed, but when you look at the growth of the numbers, like say 50 million, 80 million, 82, our numbers are climbing steadily. But so are the general population because they're importing people in on a massive grade and they're paying them money. Listen, dude, watch me now. Why? I'm going to ask a question that most people will get arrested for even asking. I think you should know this. It's in the governmental, it's some kind of law they made up. Anyway, why is America is America doing and has been giving Israel $3 billion every year? Just clear, clean money. Just here you go to Israel. We owe them. I mean, the United States, excuse me, owes them reparations. How so? And most of the money is coming out of our pockets. We pay the taxes and this and that and that. That's taxpayer money just going to Israel, like the United States owes them reparations. But and three, that don't come to like our neighborhoods and stuff, and the people who are, I don't know why, but asking for reparations. Because I don't want reparations. This thing getting long, ain't it? I want revenge. And the best revenge is living well, not begging for money, not looking for handouts. Living well. That's the best revenge. No, I don't want no reparations. I want revenge.